Hey, I hope you're having a great Friday. So I was able to do a video chat with some kids in the class, so that was really nice. And I'm going to be starting a chapter book, and hopefully today that I'll put on YouTube. But right now I had a story planned with an activity. So today I'm going to be reading The Three Little Pigs. So this version is by Mara Alperin, and the illustrations are by Jatkowska. Here we go. Three Little Pigs. Perfect. Here we go. There were once three little pigs named Horace, Boris, and Percy, who lived together in a teeny tiny cottage in the forest. One day, Mama Pig said, "You're all too big to live here, so you must go and build houses of your own. But beware of the big bad wolf. Take care your houses are safe and strong." "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?" chuckled Horace. "Not me," giggled Boris. Oops, sorry. Still trying to figure out YouTube. Here we go. And so, the three little pigs set off. Before long, they reached a large field. "I'll build my house right here out of straw," Horace cheered. "Straw? Are you sure?" asked Percy. "Oh, yes," Horace said. "Then it's playtime for me." And with a pat, 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 and a hip, hip, hey, Horace built a house of straw. Soon after, Boris and Percy reached the edge of the woods. "I'll build my home right here out of sticks," Boris squealed excitedly. "Then I can go and play with Horace." "Sticks? Is that wise?" asked Percy. "It's perfect," Boris said. And with a stack, 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 and a tra-la-la, Boris built a house of sticks. All afternoon, Horace and Boris laughed and danced. They had quite forgotten their mother's warning. But Percy plodded on. "I want my house to be safe and strong," he thought. Then he came to a brickyard. "This is just what I need," he said. So day after day, Percy worked with a rumbly bump and a tip, tip, tap and a heave, heave, ho, until at last his brick house stood tall and proud. The summer passed. Then, one day, Horace was taking a lovely bubbly bath in his little straw house when he heard something growling. He peeped out the window and saw two big beady eyes. "By my snout!" cried Horace. "It's the big bad wolf." Little pig, let me in," bellowed the wolf. "Not by the hairs of my chinny chin," yelled Horace. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," cried the wolf. And he huffed, and he puffed, and whoosh, Horace's house blew down, down, down. Horace yelped and scurried all the way to Boris's house of sticks. "Look out," he cried, diving behind the sofa. There in the window were big beady eyes and sharp pointy claws. "It's the big bad wolf," Boris chattered. Little pigs, let me in," roared the wolf. Not by the hairs on our chinny chins," trembled Boris. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." And so the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and crash, Boris's house clattered down, down, down. Horace and Boris squealed and galloped all the way to Percy's house of bricks. "Look out," they shouted, and Percy saw big beady eyes, sharp pointy claws, and truly terrible teeth. It's the big bad wolf, he cried. Little pigs, let me in, howled the wolf. Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chin, shouted Percy. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed. But Percy's house stayed up, up, up. The big bad wolf couldn't believe his whiskers. I'm the big bad wolf, he howled. No tasty little pigs ever get away from me. Oh, help, shivered Horace. Hey, he's on the roof. What shall we do? Asked Boris. Quick, I have an idea, whispered Percy. Yum, 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 here I come, laughed the wolf, and he slid down the chimney right into a giant pot of boiling water. Ow, ow, ow! Screamed the wolf, burning his bottom. Then he leaped up from the pot and ran away as fast as he could. After that, the three little pigs never saw the wolf again, and with the help from Percy, they built one big strong house where they could all live together. The end. So, what do you think the moral of the story is? The moral, remember we talked about it, that means like the lesson, something that the author wants you to learn from the story. I'm going to let you think about it for a second. I think that it probably means, well, one lesson you could take away from it is that you should take your time with things, right? If you should do things right the first time. So like the first two pigs, they rushed through because they just wanted to play. But if they took their time making a nice strong house, their house wouldn't have been blown down. Let me know if you think that there's another lesson from this story that you could learn. So right now I have a little project to go along with the story. So the three pigs used, they used sticks, they used, what else did they use? Bricks and hay. We just read it. And so my challenge to you today is to try to build your own house, okay? Now, I thought of a couple of things that you could use to build your house that you might have at home. You could use Legos, which would be great. I don't have any Legos here at home, but I'm sure most of you have Legos. Q-tips. Now, I started a little structure with Q-tips that I'll show you in a minute. You could use toothpicks. Okay, those are those little wooden sticks. You could try to use books. Like if you took two books and you tried to, I don't know, make there's already, there, I have a roof already. Okay, so you could do that. You could use paper. Okay, but right now I'm going to show you guys something that I made using Q-tips. And then I'm going to show you, before we finish up, how I made my roof. Okay, so I put it in a little puzzle box. So I started with some Q-tips. I made the foundation. So the foundation is like the bottom part, okay? It's what's going to hold up the rest of my structure, the rest of my house, okay? So what I did was I took Q-tips and I laid a bunch going one way, okay, down at the bottom, and then I took another layer and I laid them on top going the other way, okay? And then I'll take another layer and I'll put it on top going opposite, okay? So they're kind of like crisscrossed. So that's the foundation. That's what I made so far, okay? So what I wanted to do for a roof is I actually took a sticky note, because they're, it's sticky on the bottom, and I folded down this part that's sticky so that I could prop it up. I'll show you what it's going to look like in a second. Here's another one that I already did. I'm going to show you a way that you can rip your paper without using scissors. You might have scissors at home, but you might not. So I took my sticky notes and I folded them up. Do you see how they're standing straight up? Okay. And so the sticky part is what's holding them and making them stand. And now I have my little roof. Okay. So there you go. That's one way you can make a house. Now, the real question is, will it be able to stand if the big bad wolf came by? I don't know. I might need to add tape. I'm going to try it though. So he huffs and he puffs and then he blows the house down. So I'm going to... All right, it did better than I thought. So the walls are still standing, but I got to work on my roof. So maybe I'll add some tape. Maybe I'll try something else out. Okay, before I hang up, I just want to show you guys a way to rip paper without, oh, here we go, without using scissors. So one way you could do it, like what I did, was I took my sticky note and I folded it in half. Okay, so that the sticky parts was facing each other. And then I opened it up and I lined it up and I folded it in half the other way. Right over the line. I went over it. See how I'm going over it with my fingers? And I open it back up. And then you can just very slowly and carefully rip it. Right on the line that you just folded. There you go. And now you have two pieces. You can fold the sticky part. Voila. So, I am very curious to see any houses that you guys make. Send me a picture. You could show me later on, okay? Have fun with it. Be creative. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And, yeah, later on I will hopefully be posting a video of me starting a new chapter book. So I hope everybody has a great day and is able to go outside and enjoy the weather. Bye!